Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to learn how to handle errors in Python quickly and easily. Whether you are a beginner or brushing up, this will help you write error-proof code. To know how, let's dive into the video. First, what is an exception? An exception is a runtime error. It happens when your code runs into a problem, like dividing by zero or trying to access an item that doesn't exist. Let's look at some of the most common exceptions in Python. These are built in. Python already has them, and you will see them often while coding. Let me quickly explain the top 5. First is zero division error, which you have seen earlier. When you try to divide a number by 0, you will get this error in the output screen. The second error we have is value error. Like when you are trying to convert a string that's not a number, the next error we have is index error. When you go beyond the list range, then you receive the message stating index error. The next error we have is key error. When you ask for a key that's not in your dictionary, in your output screen, you will get this type of error message. The next error we have is type error, mixing wrong types like adding a string to a number and performing different operations on incompatible data types. Then you will get this error in your output screen. Let's talk about how to actually handle these errors using try except. You write the risky code in try block and catch the error in the except block. Let me show you the code and you will understand how to do that. Now this is the example code I have given. Previously I have mentioned about zero division error, right? So let us handle that error. First I want my software to try a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 0 and I want it to print a by b. If I got zero division error in the output screen, I want my software to print cannot divide by 0. So let us see whether this has handled the error or not. Here you can see I didn't get any error message. Instead of that, I got cannot divide by 0 text properly aligned. And this is how try and except actually works. I hope you understood. Let's continue the remaining topics. Let's talk about the else block. This is something not everyone knows, but it's super useful. The else block runs only if no error occurs in the try block. Think of it like this. Try is used to attempt the risky code, except is used to catch any errors, and the work of else is to run only if everything went smoothly. If you enter a valid number, the else block runs and tell you everything went fine. Now let's talk about the finally block, and this one's important. No matter what happens, error or no error, the finally block always runs. It's perfect for cleanup tasks like closing a file, logging something, or disconnecting a database. Now let me give you a quick example of both else and finally. Alright, here is a simple example with try, except and else. First, we are asking the user to enter a number. If they enter an invalid option, then the program will throw value error. At that point of time, our except will catch that and it will print, oops, that's not a valid number. But if they enter a valid number, then else block will also operate and it will print its statement correctly. So let's see how this actually works. Let me enter a real number and you can see else block has actually worked here. Now in same code, let me run an invalid option. So here you can see except block has worked and our else statement is not printed because else only considered when there is zero errors in the program. I hope you understood else topic very well. Let me go with the finally topic. So I have written an else statement, right? Let's see how finally works. As you know, finally works if there is an error in this, if there is zero errors in this, still our finally block will work. But else is not like that. It only works when there is no error in the program. Let me enter 10. Here you can see my else block has worked as well as finally block has also worked here. Let me type some inappropriate, that which is not a number, ABC. Here you can see my except has catched the error and it has given me the print statement, which is a friendly message it gives me at the end. But else statement is not printed, but finally statement has printed. So you can see here finally works if there is an error or if there is no error, finally will work. Whereas else is not like that. It only works when the program has zero errors. I hope you understood else and finally topic very well. So the syntax for raising our own exceptions is the syntax of raising our own exception where in between you will write the print statement. So let me give you a simple code and I'll explain you about except raising our own exception. So the simple code I have given where I want the user to enter their age. If the age is below 18, I want to raise an exception where I want to print the custom message that I have given, and after that the try and accept will work as it is. So basically I'm just providing the custom message if the error has occurred. Then coming to the except, there I have given exception as E. The E stores the printing statement, that is you are too young. So this is how I want to, like this you can raise your own exception and you can handle it by your own by giving a simple message at the end. Now let's see a quick recap. So we learned how to use try except to handle errors. We learned how to use else and finally, which is to advance our control. And next we also have created our own exception handling code and we have seen how it works. If this video helped you, hit like, drop a comment and subscribe for more short and useful Python tips. See you in the next one. Until then, bye.